I wasn't raised in church, and I had heard growing up at different places that the only thing that the church wanted was your money. So when we started going to church, and they wanted my money, I was really mad. And anytime money came up, I was livid. And I would think to myself, well, okay, we're going to do this out of the Old Testament, but we're not going to do that. The only thing you want to stick to is you want my money. And I struggled with this, up one side, down the other. I made all kind of deals with God. I tried to do it this way. I tried to do it that way. And Jay just sat back, and he gave me time to come around. But you know what? I would I gave $20 in the beginning, and I thought, whoa, $20. You know, I was just really proud of myself. And then I would take a step towards tithing more, and every single time that we gave more, God gave more. And so we started trying to outgive God, and it is impossible to do. And slowly I began to understand that it was a heart condition. It wasn't, it's about obedience, but it's all His, and He's asked us to give 10%. And initially I tried to control, it's like, well, okay, if I'm giving the church money, then I should have some say about how it's spent. I mean, everything wrong that somebody can do in relation to this subject, I have done it.
Well, he proves himself every day, you know, and not only from the time we get up, but you know, there's no need anymore. You know, there's abundance really. You know, when we moved to Texas 7 or 8 years ago, you know, we bought a much bigger house than we wanted. We put all of our possessions in it, and the place was, you know, hardly even. And now the thing is overflowing, and there's an abundance that flows through it, though. But you know, as long as we hold everything with an open hand and trust God, you know, it's not just about trusting God with our money, it's about trusting God in every area. And, you know, God sees our heart. I just was back and reading the Old Testament and the things that David did and all the kings and all these, you know, God was pretty clear about what He expected. And these people were in a time where they saw the hand of God moving. And so I prayed for the eyes to see the hand of God move in our lives in all areas of it. And I do, I see Him all the time.
Right.
So He proves it all the time.
Yeah, fantastic. And you?
Any comment?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
not going to
man
happen. Even when it looks like there's no way, and you know, and it looks like how's this all going to work out? How are these bills going to get paid? Every time, I don't even know how God does it. I have no idea how, but He does. He has never ever failed us, ever. And He has prospered. He has prospered and blessed us, like Jay said, in every area. But He has totally taken care of our finances. He always provides a way, and the more willing we are to give cheerfully, because that's part of it. The more He gives, and I don't do it because God's going to give back. I mean, just because I give 100, He's not going to get. But that has happened, you know. I'm just so grateful that that God has taken me where He has in this area.
Amen. So last question for you. What advice do you have for people that might be sitting on the fence about trusting God with their finances? They might be okay with trusting God with some other things, but they have not yet arrived at the place of trusting God with their finances.
You know, I really believe that it's just ask God to give you that. It's not even a measure of faith, it's a measure of trust that in a heart condition. That's why I said that tithing is really just a heart condition. That, you know, when God changed my heart, it was really easy for me to do that and to give and know and trust. We don't even give concerns about how is this going to get paid or how is that going to get. She does, but I mean, you know, only because she pays all the bills and stuff. But it's not a point of worry anymore. And so I just, you know, say, ask God to change your heart. Change, because He's changed my heart about so many other things. It's just, you know, He's so faithful in every area.
He is.
I say read the last chapter of Malachi and try him and watch and see what He does. It will blow your mind. I just want to tell one quick story. Like that's gonna happen. Anyway, a situation at our neighbor's house that some people went to our church, their house burnt down. And God put a number on my heart. And usually Jay and I are in agreement. If God gives me a number, he gives Jay the same number. So I was crying. I said, oh, God's giving me this number. And he goes, why are you crying? I said, because it's really big. And he goes, well, I've got a number too. So it was the same number. And so we gave to help these people. And it wasn't 6 weeks later when somebody gave us 4 times the amount we had given. 4 times, and it was Jay's brother, but it was just such a miracle. Try him, test him, he will come through. Of that I have no doubt.
One little closing thing I have to add on it. Yeah, it said it's about how our hearts are, our hearts are with God. And the one piece of advice I would give people on giving and giving is do it in secret. Okay?
Yes.
Don't do it for your glory or for your, you're so great and stuff like that. Because because I've done that. I've done that for you don't do it for recognition. I've done that, and it always ends in disaster. So that would be one thing. Is just
That's awesome.
Keep it between God, because God's really faithful and God's really jealous. He's a jealous God. So if He's getting all the glory out of what you're doing, He's going to continue feeding that. And
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you. Appreciate it.